stuff. So I think the next Street Fighter thing I'm supposed to do is for Geico Gaming, and I think that's like a while away. And even though it's a while away, I don't even think I'm gonna be here for it. I think most likely I'm gonna be in Singapore. League of Legends casters are not being flown out to Korea for its world tournament. They're gonna do it in their studios because budget. That's so stupid. Meanwhile, Rip flies to Japan on his own dime, no problem. It's not no problem. Oh boy. Yeah. Anywho, I need to either go to sleep or eat some food or both. Maybe at the same time, because I am actually pooped right now. But I will be back. Thank you all for the subs, the donations. I have to go to work either Tuesday or Wednesday. I should probably go Tuesday to be honest, but I don't want to. At least it doubles down as a holiday. Kenny says all this time I thought they flew you out. They gave me a budget, Kenny, but like for example, the Japan budget was 1,500. The flight was 1,480, but I don't have. I have to pay for that, and then I get reimbursed in like 60 to 90 days. So if you guys think of how many events I've done in the last 60 or 90 days, I haven't been paid for them. You know what I mean? Like they'll be coming in soon, but I've had to front all of that, right? All those flights, all those hotels. It's crazy. It's actually crazy. Like paying my credit card bill has like actually become stressful, which is not good. Yeah, that was 1,500 just for the airfare. That didn't count the hotel, which I also fronted, you know? So imagine I've done that now for the last 60 days. And just think of like how much I've been here to stream, right? Because I haven't been here to stream because I've been working there, whatever. Plus your salary, right? Trust me, Kenny, the salary 99% of the time is less than the flight. Less than the flight. For international, it's less than flight. But for domestic, it's what? It's less than the flight plus hotel still. You know. Miss Hotfart needs to start a cam stream to make up for your expenses. I mean, the thing is, it eventually comes in, but it's the in between time is really a struggle. Like I've been starting to make a push for like, yo, you guys need to pay us sooner or in advance, you know? Kenny said, damn, what a jip, at least you get to travel. Exactly. And that's honestly, Kenny, the silver lining here, right? It's like you get to travel. Like this Japan trip that I just went on was definitely a negative trip, right? It's definitely negative because I stayed there for extra days, right? They're paying us to cover working the event and going back home, but I'm staying there for like 10 days. So that, for me, like I just said like, well, I'm gonna go to Japan. I want to stay and have fun. I don't want to just fucking fly there and back, right? So I just made it a negative trip. Like I just took it as a real vacation. So it's not like, you know, I'm coming home with like hell about, yo, I did commentary in Japan, you know, so I just take it for the travel. That's why people shouldn't go into commentary for money. I mean, it's such a weird, what do you call it, occupation, right? Because so many people want to do it. Even if they suck, they want to do it. And so it's like, they feel like it's all glamorous because you get to travel, etc. And that is honestly the best part. So I think a lot of people want to do it too. They want to do it because they want the FaceTime. You know, they want the FaceTime, the recognition. That part grosses me out, to be honest. Like I can understand wanting, like because I didn't choose to become a commentator, right? It just kind of happened. So if it had existed as a job for me, like right now, say I was just a player and I was looking at these guys commentating and going to all these events, would I want to do it? I think I'd probably just want a real job. The Pizza God said, "Did Eris really get you into commentary?" Eris helped get me back into commentary. So originally, when I became a commentator for the first time, it was at MLG in 2010, and I had like carpal tunnel. I was eliminated from the tournament. They asked me to come do an interview with their one commentator at the time during Winners Final. So I did my interview. They said, "Hey, do you mind commentating the match, whatever?" So I did the commentary, and then they're like, "Hey, that was pretty good. You want to stay on for grand finals?" I did the grand finals, and I was like, "All right, cool." And then the guy was like, "Hey, man, that was pretty good. Do you want to do this instead of play?" And I was like, "Let me think about it." But then I said, "Yeah, of course, right?" But then esports disappeared. There was 1 year of MLG, and it disappeared. So I stopped commentating. Like, me and Eris would do like the Gosu Tekkens and stuff, but there was so little commentary to do. You know, we'd just be at Wednesday night fights, messing around, and like we were on the microphone, but it wasn't like real commentary, right? And then Valle, when Super Arcade was closed, was doing WNF Online, and Eris was going over there to his place to do these commentary things. And so Eris was supposed to go commentate the I guess it was like the finale, right? The WNF Online finale. And it was just him and Valle, and it was Street Fighter 4. So he was like, "Hey man, do you want to come and commentate?" Because I think around that time, oh yeah, I remember what happened. So it was, remember the Strong Style videos where we were supposed to commentate and they were going to release the videos and everything? Around that time, Bronson had sent me a video to commentate it live on my stream, and I tried to commentate it, and I realized, like, holy shit, I suck at commentary now. Like, it's been so long, I haven't done it in so long. I forgot how to do this, and especially by myself, solo, right? It was all like too much. I needed more practice. And I remember, like, me and Eric just had like a random conversation about that. And so then, when he was going to do the WNF Online thing, he asked me if I wanted to come do that with him. You know, because he said that I said I needed more practice to commentate, whatever. And I was like, yeah, but it's Street Fighter 4. So he was like, who cares? Like, it's just us talking shit, you know, like, just come hang out. And I was like, all right, fine. So, you know, I was already, like, learning some Street Fighter 4 or whatever, so it wasn't, like, a big deal. Like, I already had played, you know, from the launch of that game. I was Vanilla Sagat, right? That was my character. So it's not like I didn't know anything about the game. I just didn't know, like, the newest stuff, right? Because at this point, it was, like, pretty late to Street Fighter 4. And so he invited me over to that thing. That was the finale. And so me and Eris commentated that. And then after that, Valle, like, Eris didn't want to do those things anymore, right? Because it was such a pain in the ass. It was like a super far drive for him. And I live way closer to Valle. So then Valle asked me to commentate the next season of WNF Online. And he was adding more games. So he was adding, like, he had like Street Fighter 4 still, but he's adding Mortal Kombat X and Killer Instinct. And so he was asking me, like, who else do I think should be a part of that? You know, like, and I told him we should do Sajam, because I'd heard Sajam commentate during Super Arcade on Killer Instinct. And I DM'd him and I said, dude, you're really good at commentating, right? So I really liked it. So basically, yeah, Sajam and I started commentating on those WNF Online things. And this was before Street Fighter 5 even came out. So it was a while. Me and Sajam did the majority of SCR that year, which is probably 2 to 3 years ago. I don't even remember. And then when Street Fighter 5 came out, that's when Esports Arena WNF launched. And I just did a shitload of Street Fighter 5. Like, I was already going to events for Street Fighter 5 before that. So I was I was investing a lot of time into it, right? So I put a lot of time in Street Fighter 5. Of course, we never got Tekken over here. And then after that, we were doing the Wizard World tour. We did a bunch of Wizard World, which has Street Fighter 5 and Tekken 7, some other stuff. And then from there, we got E-League, which was last year in January. And since E-League, everything is like insane, right? Yeah. So, yeah, I mean, but the thing is, like, it's been so unpredictable And I've always had the thought that it could all just go away. Because when I started commentating, was 2010, and it just disappeared. It literally was just like gone. And so then it was like 2012, I did like a random gig here or there. You know, you made a couple $100 and you're like, yo, I got something. Like, I can like buy a couple games, maybe an arcade stick, you know? So that's all commentary was back then. There were no emails even coming in the first place, Martin. Back then it was just like a random MLG thing, and that was it. That was all the esports that existed. That's why, like, I remember James Chen got blown up, but when he said some shit like, if Street Fighter 5 dies, like FGC esports dies or some shit like that. I don't remember what he said. I'm paraphrasing really badly. There's some truth to that, right? Because Street Fighter 5 coming out and really pushing the CPT is kind of what pushed all these other tours to happen. You said the FGC dies, not esports? Alright, that's pretty different. Because Street Fighter didn't exist between Street Fighter 3 and 4, and the FGC continued, you know? Martin says CPT definitely gave you Tekken Guys Season 2. Did it? I mean, you can trace it back that far, I think. Yeah, because CPT caused TWT. TWT is what ended up causing Season 2, right? So I think that's how it happens. I feel like Rip can adapt to any game, so if FGC dies, I wouldn't be surprised to see Rip casting Fortnite or something. It's very hard to do games you don't know or like, right? Like, I like PUBG, I like Arena of Valor, but if they had asked me to do World of Tanks, I don't think I could have did it. I still, like, right now, if somebody asked me, hey, there's gonna be $100,000, let's say $1 million World of Tanks tournament. It's gonna be all year long. We're gonna pay you a shitload of money. Let's say like crazy. It's like, I don't even know. For a year of commentary, I don't even know what that would be. But, you know, let's say they would do that. I would be so interested in it because of the money, but I wouldn't want to do it because I don't like the game. You know? Because I tried it. It's not my game. It's like really boring to me. Sushi Moonster says, Rip, do you love us? Sometimes. Most times. I don't see Rip starting to send CVs to random game esports. CVs? What's CVs? Wow, Sushi Moonster, you just used the LUIG Lucy. So I love you because no one else even knows what that is. Or is that LUIG Cry? I don't remember. We were just talking today about removing that emote. Yeah. I don't know what a CV is. What does it stand for? Curriculum vitae? Resume? Oh. I don't know. I've never heard CV before. I'll let other US people determine if I'm just a moron or if it's just not a thing. Did you want to commentate Quack? I think you meant Quake. But hell yeah, I want to commentate Quake. I would love to commentate Quake. Quake is like, it's a game that goes back so far in my competitive history, right? You should commentate those online porn games that NL always sees ads for when I'm watching porn. I have no idea. That I always see ads for? I'm pretty sure I could do it, Kenny. Orange Snatch. What is this guy typing? What the hell? He just played PUBG. Sukin user. What up, Mr. Adamo? Quack is pretty grassroots, which I love about it. Yeah, I mean, Quake is... I've loved Quake since Quake 3. I played Quake 1 and 2 like way back when they came out. Oh, but I didn't get into the esports part of it until Quake 3. I was never like a super good competitor, but I always loved it. We used to have LANs and we used to just watch like highlights and shit. Practice defrag. Doesn't Quake get technical with the spawn spots and respawn timers? Yeah. There's spawn timers, and now they show you them in the game, like on the item itself, so it's easier to commentate when you see someone else doing it, right? But like Quake, honestly, is a very simple game to commentate, especially in duels. 1v1, because you can hear there are audio cues to tell you where someone else is on the map, what part of the map they have. So if like they respawn here, they have access most likely to this, but you can just watch the players to see where they're going. So you're like, oh yeah, well he's heading for the Mega, he's heading for the armor, he's heading for the lightning gun, rocket, or whatever combination of weapons are in that area, right? Because like the whole thing about competitive dual Quake is just loading up on your armor and your health and having the right weapons after you die. So you don't want to engage if all you have is machine gun. They have a lightning gun, right? So anywho, Quake would be cool. What other games do I like that I would like to commentate? I would say Call of Duty, but it's like those games, they're so different each time, right? But I always used to love playing Call of Duty too. Counter-Strike I was like never super into, but I know enough and I like it enough that I could do it if I wanted to, right? But I definitely, there's too much history in that scene for me to go commentate that now, I think. Even like with PUBG, it's hard for me because sometimes there are old Counter-Strike pros who are entering these PUBG tournaments and I don't know who they are, so that's one of the challenges for me as like a PUBG caster. But the good thing is like usually they're not very good still. COD World League is lit. Oh shit, it's lit. It probably is. But yeah, Arena of Valor right now is my most fun game to learn to cast because it's most challenging. Like when I do PUBG, it's very casual and it's just us having fun talking shit, right? Like honestly, the way like PUBG has been going, like me and Rick that can do it. Yeah, Arena of Valor is the mobile game, and if you guys can get it, it's completely free. Arena of Valor. But learning to cast that was such a huge learning experience because they really take their play-by-play versus color roles super seriously. So they basically just said like, you're doing play-by-play, and I was like, all right, well, that's what I'm doing. And I thought I was gonna do color, but color was not what I thought it was, so color to them is analysis. Play-by-play is repeating what's happening on the screen very quickly, and doing it in a fun way and a hype way. So yeah, it's weird. Play-by-play is more of the color than the color is. Stark says there's too many games. I know exactly what you mean, dude. I know exactly what you mean. I'm trying to think of what racing game would be fun to commentate. Rocket League? Oh god, I would love to commentate Rocket League. Rocket League would be tight. Rocket League is like... Honestly, I feel like I'm almost designed for Rocket League. Did you feel like an outsider among PUBG casters? Of course. The first time you do any new genre of anything, you're an outsider. Like, it's, how can you not be an outsider? You are an outsider. Yeah, somebody kept on asking, I'm sorry for ignoring it earlier, but if I was going to commentate Soul Calibur 6. It really depends. Like, how much I get into it, because right now I am swamped, you know, with everything else I have to know. Noise says, if you really want to cast Rocket League, DM me, I'll hook you up with some contacts. Really? Man. That is a tempting offer. You got me thinking about it. You got me thinking about it. And then as I'm thinking about it, I'm thinking like, it's impossible right now. Like, just like, where would it even fit into my schedule? You know? Yeah, that's crazy, dude. Yeah, Secret Rocket League cop. I know, right? But yeah, commentary is fun. Just it's not easy when you're doing stuff for the first time. Yeah, Rocket League. I mean, you guys remember? Well, maybe some of you guys in here definitely remember. We used to play Rocket League in here all the time. We used to enter the ESL tournaments, the 3v3s. It was me, Landon, and the Steve Fox. So those are good days. Stupid ass Kenny.